Goodbye to Nuno, but it was goodbye, of course, to several people and players today. Mo Salah at Anfield, the Egyptian king, played his final game in that 1-1 draw against Brentford. He started, he played 72 minutes, he got his standing ovation, back out again for one last reception from the supporters. Well, he didn't score, it wasn't a winning end, but this will be an emotional end at this very moment for Mo Salah.
Yeah, well, it absolutely will be. I mean, the vast majority of his career played at Liverpool. The success that he had, both personally and as a team, he won the lot. He scored so many goals, so many individual great moments for him, so many friends made. It was a privilege to watch him play for a lot of those fans in the stadium. I mean, it's just a very emotional time for him. So, on to pastures new, but I don't think anybody will ever forget the contribution he's made to this football club.
Do you think we'll see a player of that ilk again at Liverpool? We might see someone hit numbers, but to that degree, in that manner and the way he did it, Jermaine?
I think it'd be difficult. You know, I said before about, you know, can you replace players of that quality and that sort of like drive and hunger? Because you get players with that quality, but he wants to break every record. He wants to play every game. Even today, like, he didn't want to come off because he just wanted to score in his final game. And when you score goals for a massive club like Liverpool, a special club, you want your goals to count for something, and they did, because you look at the trophies that he's won, you know, for the club, and he's an icon. He's a legend. You know, you speak about some of the greats, and his name's definitely up there.
I mean, he's just had that presentation with Messrs Dalglish and Rush. I mean, he's up not too far away from in that conversation, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's part of the legend of this football club. But, you know, Liverpool was big before and is going to be big after. He was really important for them, winning the Champions League, winning the Premier League. And he will be remembered as one of the best. But, you know, there will always going to be a next one.
Just a quick word, Michael, as well, for someone we know, Andy Robertson there, who's also had 9 years. He signed in the same window as Mo Salah. They're very good friends, their families as well. Hasn't got the profile of Mo Salah, understandably, on this day, but it's a big goodbye to him. What a servant he's been for just £6 million from Hull City. One
of the best signings, best value for money signings there has been in recent years. Yeah, I mean, as you say, a different profile to Mo Salah, but equally as dependable. He would run through a brick wall for that shirt. He gave a lot of people a lot of pleasure. I mean, those seasons when Trent Alexander-Arnold on one side and Andy Robertson on the other side, creating so many goals, it was magical times for Liverpool Football Club. And he's been part of one of the best teams we've ever seen. I mean, it's been, especially under Jurgen Klopp, it was incredible stuff. Going to Anfield, even before the game, filled you with so much excitement. You knew you were going to see a huge spectacle. And Andy Robertson was a vital part of that as well.
Absolutely. And without Robertson, without Salah, and maybe a few more departures as well, how big a summer is this for your former club?
Well, every summer feels huge. I didn't think last summer would be so big. I was absolutely astounded with the amount of players and the amount of money that they signed. After winning the league so convincingly, I assumed that they would just add one or two to the squad, but they made wholesale changes, and not all of them have worked. So it's going to be maybe a bit of repair and rebuilding over this summer, without the funds possibly that they would have liked, because they've used a lot of them. So we will see, but the likes of Mo Salah going leaves a huge gaping hole on that right-hand side. They will have to replace him, no question. They've already tried to replace Robertson with Kirkaz. Not sure about that one, but we will see. But yeah, big summer ahead.
And a year ago, of course, we were at Anfield, Michael and I, watching Liverpool lift the Premier League trophy.
You cried.
I cried a lot. I think more than I did in my whole life. But it's very tough to leave a place like this. Also, yesterday I cried a bit in the training ground. I'm not really emotional guy. You guys don't see that in the media that much. You always see me tough, aggressive, but inside me, I think like a baby. It's very tricky. We lived our youth here, sharing everything from the beginning until the end. We wouldn't even dream of what we had. But we did it for this club. We put it back where it belongs. This is our message to the players in the dressing room. Look, like the club now is fighting for everything. The fans will not accept less than that. They don't care that much about the result as long as you sweat and you give your blood here. They will love you forever. So this is my message to you guys. It's not about talent. It's about anything. Just like this is why he's loved more than anyone probably, because he just gave it all in the field, and fans love him for that. So yeah, it's tricky to leave Liverpool, but this is life, and we have to move on.
And Salah and Robertson are moving on. Not only those two players lost to the club, but also huge leaders in the dressing room.
Yeah, you would think so. Robinson, I would imagine. I think Salah would probably be a leader with these, with his example of how he plays. But no, I think they need, for next season, start next season, Liverpool needs some leadership in there. It's not right. They've made Champions League football, but it's not right, is it? Let's be fair. It's been a very stop sort of start, never really started in many ways this season. And I think they've got a hell of a lot of work to do to actually get back to like they were last year.
Yeah, just looking at Salah's numbers, which we have in the screen right
Amazing.
now, they are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you know what's amazing?
Incredible.
He wasn't a goal scorer before he came here. Do you know he was a flying winger? I remember seeing him play for... He was in Basel, then he was in Fiorentina, and Chelsea didn't really work out for him. Yeah. But what he turned himself into is one of the Premier League greats. Brilliant finisher, humble, reliable. He was part of that, that Jurgen Klopp team, with, competing for everything, pushing that brilliant Man City team. Obviously, some greats on that picture. Mo's in that category, but I don't think he could have ever dreamed. And let's not leave out Robertson, by the way. What a player he's been. Again, he's got a lot of football left, but what Mo's done for this league, it's been nothing short of exceptional, and it's been a pleasure watching him and covering him.
I think in world football, that Salah has been fortunate in the sense that they've taken the centre forward away. So you play with one centre forward and two wide men. And lots of teams have done it. In the last, 15, 20 years it's changed. And then those wide men become the centre forwards. And that's how teams play. Whereas in a 4-4-2, I'm not so sure he could have ever played. When he was at Chelsea, when he was younger, he couldn't play on that right side or the left side with his left foot because of the defensive duties he had to do. But now the system changed to a 4-3-3. That suited him down to the ground.
Fond and emotional farewell to two players who have contributed massively to this club and will be missed by so many. During a shared 9-year spell with the club, Mo Salah and Andy Robertson have been leading figures, helping Liverpool to lift 2 Premier League titles, the Champions League, FIFA Club World Cup, FA Cup, UEFA Super Cup and 2 League Cups. And our first goodbye to a key player in Liverpool Football Club's modern success since joining from Hull City back in July of 2017. There he quickly established himself as one of the best left-backs in world football through his energy, consistency and attacking contribution. He was renowned for his relentless work rate, defensive reliability and pinpoint crossing. Through his leadership, consistency and role in a period of major success, Robbo has firmly established himself as one of Liverpool's greatest ever fullbacks. Anfield, your appreciation for Andrew Robertson. And our second goodbye is to one of Liverpool's most influential players since arriving from AS Roma in June 2017. Running down the wing, Mo Salah has been central to Liverpool's attacking success with pace, finishing and creativity. In total, he scored an incredible 200